Hello dear students, welcome back to my YouTube channel Chemistry Simplified. Dear students, in this video I will discuss 30 important objective questions from the chapter IR spectroscopy. These questions are important for PG and UG students of chemistry and also for those students who are preparing for competitive examinations based on chemistry. Let us see all these 30 important questions on IR spectroscopy. The first question you can read here is IR spectrum is a plot of, and these are the options. Option A is percent transmittance versus time, then percent transmittance versus wave number, C is peak area versus time, and D is peak area versus wave number. Here I would like to tell you the option B is correct one, in which IR plot is mentioned as percent transmittance versus wave number. Dear students, the wave number is recorded in reciprocal centimeter. Another important thing regarding IR spectrum is, in the IR spectrum we get inverted peaks. It is exactly opposite to the UV spectrum. Let us go for question number 2. Which of the following statements regarding IR spectroscopy is correct? 4 options are there. Let us read all these 4 options. IR radiation is higher in energy than UV radiation. This option is not correct option because IR radiations are less energetic than UV radiations. Option B, IR spectra records the scattering of the radiation. This is also not correct option. Third is IR spectra gives information about lambda max. So it is definitely incorrect option because information about lambda max is obtained from UV visible spectroscopy. And last option is IR radiation is higher in wavelength than UV radiation. So here higher wavelength is mentioned for IR radiation. Higher wavelength means lower energy. So in this way, in the option D, IR radiations are mentioned as having lower energy than UV radiation. IR radiations are less energetic than UV radiation. It is mentioned in D option, and this is very correct answer, as we know that IR radiations are less energetic than UV radiation. Now let us go for third question. Third question is, the number of fundamental modes of vibrations in given molecule are. This molecule is given and these are the options. This is acetaldehyde molecule, and which is a non-linear molecule. It is non-linear molecules. Linear molecules are those which are present on single axis, such as HCl. So HCl molecule is linear molecule in which all atoms are present on single axis. Now let us find out fundamental modes of vibrations. To calculate fundamental modes of vibration, we have 3n- formula and also 3n-6 formula. Dear students, 3n-6 is used for linear molecules and 3n-5 is used for linear molecules and 3n-6 for non-linear molecules. Here the n represents total number of atoms. In the acetaldehyde, total number of atoms are 7. How they are 7? 2 carbons, 4 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. So as it is non-linear molecule, we will use this formula. So 3 into 7 minus 6, 3 into 7 21 minus 6. So we get 15 fundamental modes of vibrations for acetaldehyde. So option C is correct. Again I am repeating, for linear you have to use 3n-5, and for non-linear molecules you have to use 3n-6. So in this way option C is correct one. Let us discuss question number 4. Question number 4 is, mid IR region mainly consists of? This is very simple question. The answer is option C, 4000 to 400 reciprocal centimeter is a mid IR region. Let us go for question number 5. In the question number 5, question is which of the following absorb IR radiation? So let me tell you here before reading the option, those vibrations which gives you change in dipole moment, those vibrations which will give you change in dipole moment are said to be IR active. In other words, the polar molecules are giving change in dipole moment when there is vibrations of the bond, and all polar molecules you will find that will give you IR spectrum, that is they will absorb the IR radiations. So in this way we can answer the question based on IR absorption. Now let us read the options. First is homonuclear diatomic molecule. Dear students, homonuclear diatomic molecule example is H2, which is a non-polar molecule, and non-polar molecule will not give you change in dipole moment, and therefore non-polar molecule, this H2 is a IR inactive molecule, and therefore it will not absorb IR radiation. Second option is heteronuclear diatomic molecule, HCl. HCl is the example of heteronuclear diatomic molecule. Dear students, HCl is a polar molecule, and polar molecule will give you change in dipole moment, therefore the option B is correct one. Another important thing regarding the IR absorption by the molecules, if we take the example of carbon dioxide, in the carbon dioxide one of the important vibration, that is asymmetric stretching, is IR active because it gives change in dipole moment. Even though it is a non-polar molecule, but when we stretch the CO2 in unsymmetrical way, there will be change in the dipole moment. It will produce the dipole moment. So from 0 dBi, that is 0 dBi dipole moment, to somewhat dipole moment after asymmetric stretching, and here asymmetric stretching is IR active. So what you have to remember, whenever there is change in dipole moment in the vibration, such a vibrations are IR active vibrations. Another important thing you should remember here, all polar molecules will give you change in dipole moment, so such a molecules will absorb the IR radiations. So this is very important question as far as IR spectroscopy is concerned. Let us discuss question number 6. The question number 6 is the wave numbers correspond to the wavelength 2.5 micrometer is. So options are given here. The options are 14,000, 4,000, 300, 3,600, 400. Now you can see here I have given the formula in which micrometer is equal to 10 raised to 4, 10 to the power 4 divided by reciprocal centimeter. Now we have to convert 2.5 micrometer to reciprocal centimeter because wave number is asked. So here the unit is reciprocal centimeter. Let us rearrange. Here reciprocal centimeter is equal to 10 raised to 4 means 10,000 divided by 2.5, and if we divide 10,000 by 2.5 you will get 4,000. So the answer is 4,000 reciprocal centimeter, and it is given in option B. In this way you have to convert micrometer into wave number, that is reciprocal centimeter. So all these questions are not only important from organic chemistry point of view, but also important from physical chemistry point of view, because this topic is also included in physical chemistry. Let us solve question number 7. Question number 7 is the possible number of vibrational bands for CO2 are. Now vibrational bands, that is fundamental modes of vibration. As I discussed with you, we can use either 3n minus 5 or 3n minus 6 for calculation of fundamental modes of vibration. Now, depending upon the geometry of molecule, we can use the formula. As I discussed with you, this is used for linear and this is used for non-linear. Here CO2 is linear molecule, so we have to use 3n minus 5 formula. According to this, we get 3 into 3 atoms minus 5. So number of fundamental modes of vibration, 9 minus 5, 4. So in this way, option C is correct one. So you can easily solve the questions based on fundamental modes of vibrations. Let us go for question number 8. Question number 8 is, which of the following bending vibration takes place in different planes? So this question is very important. Question is asked on bending. Okay, first of all, I will tell you there are 4 types of bending vibrations. These are scissoring vibration, rocking vibration, twisting vibration and wagging vibration. Now the question is the bending vibration which occurs out of plane. Different plane means out of plane. Here scissoring vibration is taking place in plane, rocking is also taking place in plane, twisting and wagging vibrations occur out of plane. These are the out of plane bending vibration, twisting and wagging. So here we have asymmetric stretching. It is not a type of bending. Okay, so we have options rocking, scissoring, twisting. As I discussed with you, this is in plane vibration, scissoring is also in plane vibration, twisting is out of plane. So there are 2 out of plane, twisting and wagging, yet twisting is given. So option D is the correct one. You have to remember these vibrations. There are 4 types of bending vibrations. Let us solve question number 9. Question number 9 is, according to Hooke's law, which of the following linkages will have more force constant? So dear students, this is very simple question. Force constant can be called as bond strength. Force constant is nothing but bond strength. That is, force constant is directly proportional to bond strength. More bond strength means more force constant, and bond strength is directly proportional to number of bonds between 2 atoms. So here question is, according to Hooke's law, which of the following linkages will have more force constant? That is, number of bonds should be more for more force constant. So it is given in the Z option. This is Z molecule. Here it is ethylene, ethane and ethine, that is acetylene. Acetylene is having 3 bonds, so it will have more bond strength, therefore more force constant according to the Hooke's law. So option C is the correct one, in which the Z molecule is given, that is acetylene. Let us solve question number 10. Question number 10 is, which of the following transitions mainly occur in IR? So here, if such a type of question is asked, what you have to remember, electronic transitions are more energetic than IR transitions, that is vibrational excitations, and vibrational are more energetic than rotational. So what is the important thing? When electronic transitions occur, they occur with IR and rotational transitions. Similarly, when IR transition, that is vibrational transitions occur, vibrational transitions occur along with rotational transitions. Remember this thing. Why? Because electronic transitions are more energetic than vibrational transitions in IR, and vibrational transitions are more energetic than rotational transition. The question is, which of the following transition mainly occur in IR? So when we supply IR energy, so along with IR you will get rotational transitions. So it is given in option B. This is very important. Another important thing I would like to tell you, we cannot get pure electronic spectrum because along with electronic we get IR and rotational, because when we supply electronic energy, that is UV energy, it causes vibrational as well as rotational excitations along with electronic excitation. Similarly, we cannot get pure IR spectra because when we supply IR energy, not only vibrational transitions occur but also rotational transitions. However, when we supply the energy corresponding to rotational transitions, only rotational transitions will occur because electronic and vibrational transitions require more energy than rotational transitions. So energy is not sufficient to cause vibrational and electronic transitions. So we can get pure rotational spectra. This question is very important from physical chemistry point of view. Let us discuss question number 11. Question number 11 is, given below are the linkages of hydrogen with various heteroatoms. Which of them will have more reduced mass? So this question is also from the physical chemistry background. Here what you have to remember, the reduced mass is very important thing regarding the vibrational frequency in the IR spectroscopy. Dear students, what is important thing here, reduced mass is directly proportional to the mass of the atoms. That is, as mass increases, reduced mass also increases. As mass increases, reduced mass also increases. So here from these examples, that is CH, NH, OH, you can easily predict which one is having more mass. So it is OH, that is Z, is having more mass, so it will have more reduced mass, and it is given in option C, that is Z is having more reduced mass. This question is also from physical chemistry background. Now let us go for question 12. In the following, arrange the bonds in the increasing order of their IR frequencies. So options are CH, NH and OH. Dear students, what is important thing here, CH bond absorbs generally around 3000 reciprocal centimeter. It depends upon what type of hybridization is present, but generally let us take 3000. NH is greater than 3000, around 3400 reciprocal centimeter, and OH appears nearly at 3600 reciprocal centimeter when it is sharp OH. Now here if we see these frequencies, you can easily guess which one is having more frequency, and we can arrange in the increasing order of IR frequency. Here it is A, B and C. So C is having greater frequency than B, which is in turn having more frequency than A. If they ask you CH, NH, OH, OH is having more frequency than NH and NH is having more frequency than CH. In this way you have to solve this question. Let us go for question number 13. That is, consider the following types of vibrational modes in IR spectroscopy. This is very important as far as IR spectroscopy is concerned. So here you can easily see this bond is compressed and this one is stretched. So one is compressed and another is stretched. So definitely it is unsymmetrical. So A is having unsymmetrical mode of vibration, and here in the B this bond is stretched and this is also stretched. So this is expansion, this is also expansion. So this is symmetric. This is symmetric. A is unsymmetrical and B is symmetrical, and it is given in which option? A is unsymmetrical. This is right one. Let us read all remaining options. B is symmetrical. This is also correct. A is unsymmetrical. B is symmetrical. A is rocking mode. This is wrong. B is unsymmetrical stretching. This is incorrect. So these two options are correct. That is A, unsymmetrical stretching, and B, symmetrical stretching. So two options are correct here, A and B. Let us go for question number 14. 14 is how many fundamental modes of vibration, how many vibrational modes for CCl4. So this is again simple question. CCl4 non-linear 3n minus 6. Total atoms are 5. So 3 into 5 minus 6. 15 minus 6. So you will get 9, and it is given in option D. In this way, this was very simple question. Let us go for question number 15. Which of the following vibrational mode of CO2 is IR active? Already I have discussed this question. Unsymmetrical mode, that is asymmetric stretching in CO2, is IR active. Let us go for question number 16. How many vibrational modes are possible for acetylene? Let us draw the structure of acetylene. Acetylene is a linear molecule because all atoms are present on single axis. Acetylene is also called as ethane. How many atoms are present in acetylene? 4 atoms are present. And according to the formula 3n minus 5, which is used for calculation of fundamental modes of vibration for linear molecules, we will get 3 into 4 minus 5. So it is 12 minus 5. So number of fundamental modes of vibrations are 7, and it is given in option C. Let us discuss question number 17. It is the IR band for NH2 group is observed in the range of. For NH2, frequency is asked. For NH2 group, they have asked what is the range of frequency. First is 3000 to 2800. B is 34000 to 3300. Then 2200 to 2100. And last is not correct, definitely, because it is for carbonyl. Now this one is also not correct, because in this range we will get C triple bond C frequency. So the correct option would be this one, that is 3400 to 3300 reciprocal centimeter. So option B is correct one. Usually NH2 group shows two frequencies, 3400 and 3500 reciprocal centimeter. With this, B option is matching. So B option is the correct answer for question number 17. Let us go for question number 18. I think it is simple question. Question is the IR band for nitrile C triple bond N group is observed in the range of. So the correct option is this one, that is C 2260 to 2200 reciprocal centimeter. Nitriles generally show the stretching frequency at nearly 2250 reciprocal centimeter. So this is very important thing regarding nitrile. So accordingly C option is correct one. Let us go for question number 19. Question number 19 is which of the following functional groups exhibits the highest frequency in an infrared spectrum? So let us write the frequency for all groups. OH group generally shows the frequency at 3600 reciprocal centimeter. This is for those hydroxyl groups which are not hydrogen bonded. And such a hydroxyl group shows sharp signal. Hydrogen bonded shows broad signals. Then nitrile. As I discussed earlier, nitrile shows frequency at nearly 2250 reciprocal centimeter. Aldehyde, the carbonyl group of aldehyde shows frequency at nearly 1720 reciprocal centimeter, and the CH stretching is located at nearly 2720 20 reciprocal centimeter. And ester generally shows carbonyl stretching frequency at nearly 1740 reciprocal centimeter. Accordingly, you can guess the correct option is none other than option A, that is alcohol, which is having the highest frequency in an infrared spectrum. Let us go for question number 20. Question number 20 is, an unknown compound is analyzed using infrared spectroscopy. So we don't know the compound. A strong sharp peak is observed at a frequency of 1750. This is the frequency. What functional group is present? So for 1750, let us decide what kind of functional group is present. Saturated ketone. So dear student, ketones generally, saturated ketone shows frequency nearly at 1710 reciprocal centimeter. Alcohol, as I discussed with you, the alcohol groups which are not having any kind of hydrogen bonding appears at nearly 3600 reciprocal centimeter. And nitrile is also discussed 2250 reciprocal centimeter. And here the correct option is option C, which will show frequency nearly at 1750 reciprocal centimeter. Let us go for question number 21. 21 question is, in the IR spectrum of a ketone, in what approximate region would you expect to find an absorption assigned to carbonyl stretch? Already I have discussed the carbonyl stretching of ketone. Now this is not correct one. This is also not correct. This is also not correct. So option C would be correct option. That is 1700 to 1750 reciprocal centimeter. Ketones generally shows frequency, saturated ketones, nearly at 1710 reciprocal centimeter, which is matching with the option C. Option C is correct one. Now question number 22. The IR spectrum of methanol shows strong absorption at 3340 reciprocal centimeter, and it is broad. As I discussed with you, when OH is broad, the frequency will decrease. There will be less frequency for broad OH group, that is OH groups having hydrogen bonding. And another signal is 29545 2833 1030 reciprocal centimeter. The band due to OH is, so it is very simple one. This is the band, that is 3340, and it is given in option A. So option A is correct. Dear students, remember this thing. There are two types of OH groups in the IR spectrum: broad signals and sharp signals. Sharp signals are obtained for those hydroxyl groups which do not show any hydrogen bonding. So without hydrogen bonding, such a hydroxyl groups show frequency at nearly 3600 reciprocal centimeter, higher value. And for broad, there will be hydrogen bonding. Due to hydrogen bonding, we get broad signal for hydroxyl group, and such a signals are located in between 3400 to 3200 reciprocal centimeter. So this is the very important thing regarding types of OH group, showing the different kinds of spectrum in the IR spectroscopy. Let us go for question number 23. Which of the following frequency matches with the structure given below? So structures are K, L, M, N, and they have given some frequencies value. So I think frequencies values are not given. So let us write the frequency. So option A is K, option B is L, option C is M, and option D is N. Let us consider frequency as 1740, which they want to ask you. 1740 reciprocal centimeter is asked, and we have to choose the correct option. Dear students, let me tell you, 1740 is for ester group. It is for ester group. 1740 for ester carbonyl. So this is not ester carbonyl. This is also not ester carbonyl, because this is carboxylic acid. This is aldehyde. This is acid chloride. And in the option, in the structure N, ester is given. So D option is correct one in which n is given. Here they missed the frequency. Frequency was not given. I consider the frequency as 1740 and 1740 is for ester group. There is printing or typing mistake. Let us go for question number 24. Question number 24 is the compound having molecular formula C3H6O shows IR absorption at 1720 and 2720 reciprocal centimeter. These two important vibrational signals are given. Important vibrational stretching frequencies are given. Structure of the compound is. Now the formula is C3H6O. By looking at this formula, you can reject some options. Let us see how. The option, the structure PQRS. Let us look at the structures PQRS. In P, 2 oxygens are given. In the molecular formula, only 1 oxygen is given. So this option is ruled out. Q option, there is only 1 oxygen. In R, there is also 1 oxygen. In the S, again 2 oxygen atoms are given. So this is also ruled out. So we have to predict the correct structure. Now frequency is 1720 and 2720 reciprocal centimeter. Already this is discussed in the previous questions. 1720 is for carbonyl of aldehyde and 2720 is the CH stretching of aldehyde. So there should be aldehyde as a principal functional group. So it is given in which structure? It is given in Q, and Q is given in option B. So this compound, this molecular formula C3H6O is for aldehyde molecule, that is Q, and it is given in option B. Option B is correct one. Let us discuss question number 25. Question number 25 is the IR absorption from 2500 to 3200 reciprocal centimeter indicates the presence of which of the following functional group. Dear students, this is very important stretching frequency. In this region, in this wide region, there is presence of OH group of carboxylic acid, which shows very broad signal in the IR spectrum. So it is given in option B. This wide range is present in carboxylic acid. This is very important question as far as organic chemistry is concerned. Let us go for question number 26. Question number 26 is the structure that matches with the carbonyl frequency 1760 reciprocal centimeter is. Okay, let us solve this question. This will not be asked for TY-BSc student, but it will be asked for MSc chemistry students. This is very important. Let us see. This is ester, this is aldehyde, this is carboxylic acid, this is also ester. So I will rule out aldehyde and carboxylic acid because aldehydes shows carbonyl stretching frequency nearly at 1720 and acids nearly at 1700 reciprocal centimeter. So these two options are ruled out. Structures L and M are ruled out. Now let us discuss K and N. What you have to remember, dear students, here, whenever the ester is saturated ester, that is not having any kind of unsaturation, it shows carbonyl stretching frequency nearly at 1740 reciprocal centimeter. Now there are two types of esters. One is unsaturation, that is double bond adjacent to carbonyl. Whenever such is the case, the conjugation increases the bond length and decreases the frequency. Such esters which are having unsaturation adjacent to carbonyl will have less frequency than 1740. Another type of unsaturated ester is the ester which is having unsaturation adjacent to oxygen. In such a case, the oxygen can undergo resonance like this. Due to such a type of resonance, this carbonyl bond shrinks, and due to this decrease in bond length, frequency increases. Therefore, such a ester in which double bond is adjacent to oxygen will have more frequency than 1740. Here we have two options, one is K, another is N, and this frequency is higher than 1740. Both K and N are ester. We have to see which one is having unsaturation adjacent to carbonyl and which one is having unsaturation, that is double bond, adjacent to carbonyl. This will have lower frequency, this will have higher frequency than 1740, and here higher is given. Let us see, in this ester you can see double bond is adjacent to carbonyl, so it will have lower frequency, lower than 1740. Here this is also ester and double bond is adjacent to oxygen, it will have higher frequency. So dear students, this question is very important as far as competitive examinations are concerned, and here option, that structure N, is correct one and it is given in option D. So this was very important question. Let us go for question number 27. In the 27, the question is the ozonolysis of the compound A gives compound B. Ozonolysis reaction is asked. Which of the following frequency matches with the structure of compound B? Okay, first of all we have to write down the ozonolysis reaction, because if we know the structure of B, then we can match the frequencies given in the options A, B, C, D. Now any ozonolysis reaction, for any ozonolysis reaction, only you have to break this bond, and after breaking this bond, what you have to do, you have to write down the structure like this, and then you have to write down oxygen to both parts. So in this way we are getting these two compounds. So first one is this and second is this one. Both are same and they are having ketone as a functional group, and I have discussed the frequency for saturated ketone. Now here we have 1710, 1740, 1680, 1770, and obviously this one will be correct one, 1710 reciprocal for 6-membered saturated ketone. So this question is also important from MSc chemistry point of view. This will not be asked for TY-BSc students. Let us go for question number 28. Question number 28 is benzene on nitration gives nitrobenzene. First of all I will write the nitration reaction. Okay, this is nitration reaction. Benzene treated with concentrated HNO3 plus concentrated H2SO4 gives nitrobenzene. Let us read the remaining question. The appearance of which of the following absorption band, that is frequency, will confirm the formation of nitrobenzene? So this is also important question from MSc chemistry point of view. Let me tell you, nitro group shows frequency at 1530 and 1350. 1530 is due to asymmetric nitro group stretching and 1350 is due to symmetric stretching. The difference between benzene and nitrobenzene is presence of nitro group in nitrobenzene. So nitro group, if nitrobenzene is formed in the reaction, if it forms, it will show these two signal due to nitro group, and it is given in option number A, 1350 symmetric nitro group and 1530 asymmetric nitro group stretching. Now we are proceeding to the last part of our video. Now second last question. The correct increasing order for absorption frequency of following carbonyl groups in the following compounds. So carbonyl stretching frequency we have to arrange in the increasing order. Dear student, this is amide. Amides show carbonyl frequency nearly at 1680 reciprocal centimeter, primary amide. Acetaldehyde 1720, nearly 1720 reciprocal centimeter. Acid chloride nearly 1770 reciprocal centimeter, and ketone nearly 1710 reciprocal centimeter. So in this way we can guess acid chloride 1710 1770 is the highest, and that is so here they have not mentioned the naming. Let us write the naming. This is P, this is Q, this is R, this is S. So according to this, R will have highest frequency. R will have highest frequency, and here if you look at these options, it is given only in B. Let us match other options. After R, it will be Q 1720, and after Q it will be S, and then it will be P, which is having lowest carbonyl frequency. PSQR, option B is correct. Now we will go to the last question from this video, and that is match the following. So very important question as far as competitive examinations are concerned. Nitro group, alcohol, anhydride, acid chloride, frequencies 1770, 3500, 1530, 1350, 1770, 1810. So it is very simple one. Nitro group will have 1530, 1350, already discussed. Anhydride is not discussed, this is important. Acid chloride in the previous question I have discussed, it is 1770. Alcohol definitely 3500 reciprocal centimeter, and anhydride shows two important signals, 1770 and 1810. Again dear friends, I would like to tell you, anhydride shows these two frequencies, that is 1810 and 1770, due to unsymmetric and symmetric stretching. 1810 higher frequency due to unsymmetric stretching, and 1770 is due to symmetric stretching. So in this way, dear students, I have tried to discuss 30 important questions from your TYBSc, MSc and competitive examinations point of view. I hope that you have watched whole video till next video. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you.